Okay, well, I'm trying to get my camera on real quick. Okay, so let you know. Time is that going to be right now?
Yeah,
down here?
circle that one. Just encircle it.
Oh, okay.
And then cross out the other one. You ever issued a citation before?
Not here, no.
So I'm trying to issue a citation right now, and you're berating
come on, hurry up.
Which is actually, until you get a helmet, you are not allowed to drive this thing. Just so you know.
I have to get home. Okay, you already gave me a ticket for it. Goodbye.
You're not welcome
Okay,
to drive
goodbye.
this. You're going to go to jail if you continue driving.
Cue the music. Disorderly product news. Disorderly product news. DPN.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get my camera on real quick. Okay, so let you know, conversation being recorded. Are you able to turn that music down a little bit just so we can talk better? Okay.
I just want to go home. It's freezing.
It is
Yeah,
cold.
why are you stopping me then? I've
Okay,
been riding this thing for over 2 years
I'm
now.
gonna explain it to you in a second. We're stopping you because you're on a sidewalk with it.
Yeah,
you rode
because
through
it
a
is
crosswalk.
It's a legal thing on a sidewalk. Look it up. It's a mobile scooter. It's a fucking mobile scooter.
Okay.
It's an electronic scooter.
Yeah, it's a mobile scooter.
I gotta actually start.
Okay, do you understand what that means? It's my mobile scooter. It's how I get around. I don't have a car. Okay?
It's still an
It's like
electronic
it's like IRA's.
Is there a
He
reason
goes
you're
on.
yelling?
Yeah, because I'm getting pissed off.
Why are you getting pissed
Because
off?
I want to go home. You guys are pulling me over for no reason.
We're on
It's
a
like
lawful traffic
IRA's. It's like IRA's. You know Ira, the blue guy, the guy who's riding. It's exactly like his, except it's got 2 seats.
Okay.
That's all it is.
It's an electronic
Why?
scooter.
Exactly.
Do you deny that it's an electronic scooter?
It's not electronic scooter, and I can ride it on a sidewalk.
Is it gas powered?
No, it's not gas.
Okay.
I
So
gotta
it's
go.
electronic.
I'm cold. You guys are
You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're
Yeah, I am, because you legally cannot stop me.
You're lawfully detained right now. You are
For what?
literally on a lawful
For
traffic
what?
stop. You see those red and blue lights?
For what, though?
Are you going to
Give
let him
me.
explain it?
Yeah, because you don't have a reason to. You guys are legally. You're taking my disability act and you're throwing it in the garbage.
I have
This
no
is
idea
my
what you're talking
disability scooter. This is how I get around, and you know that. You've seen me many times around this town riding it.
about. Okay, are you going to let him explain to you why you're actually on a lawful traffic stop?
Okay. So we stopped you because it was actually looked up before. Okay, you can't ride this in a crosswalk and on the sidewalk.
Are you kidding me? So the mobile scooters that ride around here.
What's going on, guys? Disorderly Product News. They made body cameras just in time to catch the crime of the century. Imagine what we could have done if there was body cameras when the Lindbergh baby was stolen. Anyways, this is in Oregon, so the laws here are applicable to Oregon. Application of vehicle laws to electric personal assistive mobility device. 1. An electric personal assistive mobility device is not a motor vehicle for the purpose of Oregon Vehicle Code except when specifically provided by statute. 2. A person operating an electric personal assistive mobility device on a bicycle lane, bicycle path, or any part of a highway is subject to any provisions applicable to and has the same rights and duties as the driver of a bicycle when operating on a bicycle lane, bicycle path, or any part of the highway except when otherwise specifically provided by statute. And the last one here, when applying vehicle law to an assisted mobility device. 3. A person operating an electric personal assistive mobility device on a sidewalk is subject to any provisions applicable to and has the same rights and duties as a pedestrian on a sidewalk, except when otherwise specifically provided by statute. Has the same rights and duties as a pedestrian on the sidewalk, except when otherwise specifically provided by the statute. This is the problem. If you remember, when I went and talked to Commander Brighton at the Bellwood Police Department to let him know that his officers were not wearing their seatbelts, yet pulling me over and charging me $163, $218, I think, if I want to take safety school. And I came with envelope from St. Jude's and said you could write a check because your officers were not wearing their seatbelts, and he had the nerve to look it up and look me in the eye and say, we don't have to wear our seatbelts. We're going to be out there giving you $163 tickets, 218, but he had the nerve to tell me that he didn't have to wear his seatbelts, and he didn't know. He had to look it up. Problem is, he started reading from the subsection. When you read law, you have to read the beginning of the chapter because it defines the words and it tells you when those words are applicable. So if you say in the subsection it says emergency vehicle, emergency vehicle is defined in the beginning of the section. So that's why he was wrong, because he says we don't have to wear a seatbelt. It says emergency vehicles. No, read at the beginning of the section. Emergency vehicles only applies when you are in an emergency, responding to one with your lights on, or following somebody that you believe broke a traffic law or a law. But not just any time. You just don't have to wear your seatbelts, never. You have to wear them or pay us $200, $160, but we never have to wear ours. Does that even sound like it makes sense? But
All these old people can't ride them on the sidewalk?
Nope, not according to the Oregon Department of Transportation. I'll look it up for you, just so you can know that I'm not messing with you, and he's not messing
Okay,
with
so
you.
I'll let everybody know that you guys have bad laws in this town, and that people
It's
that have
Oregon.
disabilities.
It's an Oregon
No, you know what?
Department of
That's disabilities. Okay, these people ride these scooters for disability. You want them riding on the streets so they get hit by a car? You kidding me?
I don't make the rules.
Yeah, well.
Grab some information.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't need to give you my ID.
You do. You are lawfully detained. You've been explained that. You will provide your name or identification.
Fuck you guys.
Is there a reason?
Because I want to get home. It's cold and you guys are fucking with me, and you guys see me riding this many times, and you know it. There's my ID.
I've never seen you riding this around.
Yes, you have. Can I please get my ID back now?
No, you will get it back once we finish.
You asked me to show you what the rules were.
No, I just want to go. I can look them up myself.
No.
I'm cold and I want to go and
Nope.
shower. Oh, really?
She'll see one Senator revoked California, UT Oregon.
I have no warrants. I have nothing.
Copy.
Thank you. Give me back my ID.
No, you are not free to go right now. You're not free to go until we are finished.
I'm finished with you. I'm not going to say one more word to you. And I can't look at that because I can't see your phone.
Okay. So in Oregon, since this is a electronic scooter, you're not allowed to have passengers on it. That's one rule. You are
It's got
required
two
to wear a
seats.
helmet.
No, you don't.
You are. You are not allowed to ride it on sidewalks, and you're not allowed to ride it in crosswalks. All right?
Okay. Give
You
me
have
back
your
my ID, and I'll go home now. And I'll get in the street.
My question for you, how much you had to drink tonight?
I haven't had anything to drink.
listen to how he asked that question. How much did you have to drink tonight? The question itself is conceding that you're drinking. You would never say, or police would never say, have you been drinking tonight? Because automatically, subconsciously, a person would deny something that they don't want somebody else knowing without even thinking. They would say no. So they try and trip you up by conceding the fact that you're drinking in the question. They're not asking you if you've been drinking. They're already saying you've been drinking. But how much have you been drinking?
Nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink at all. If you could tuck my breath. No, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Give me my ID.
Oh, we're not done with it. Hang out for a minute, and we'll be back with you.
Oh, yours?
Yep. I'll get you some more so you can go back to the back. So the way I know you this, I pull them off like this, and then fold this back up that way, and then put that right there. Let dispatch know that you're code 4.
216 Station 5, Code 4, out on site.
I'll get you the ORS for what it is.
Okay.
I'll be
start-
seeing you guys
start
tomorrow
putting your stuff.
to give me a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the judge. Don't worry about it.
So this is just a California ID card. We still put down the ID number.
Yeah, you put down the number, and then when it says state, California, license class, ID.
Yep. Okay.
My ass. Serve and give disabled people tickets.
Adjustment not yet. 11:19.
So the ORS for the, what you're going to put under it.
Okay.
So right here, leave this top one empty because that's speed related, but for this one you're going to put 814.
If one thing we've learned, it's that public servants are not up to par with people in the private sector. We had a firefighter who didn't understand the HIPAA law, and he was in his 60s. He's about to retire, and he doesn't understand the law. The police didn't understand the law. I walked up. I had no idea HIPAA was going to come up, and I was the only one there out of 5 paramedics and 5 police officers that actually knew the law. So let's look right here. This is exactly what they're looking up. 814.524, unsafe operation of motor vehicle assisted scooter on sidewalk. A person commits the offense of unsafe operation of a motor assisted scooter on a sidewalk if the person operates a motor assisted scooter on a sidewalk except to enter or leave adjacent property, or the person operates a motor assisted scooter on a sidewalk to enter or leave an adjacent property. And the person, the key word there is and. So let's read it again. A person commits the offense of unsafe operation of a motor assisted scooter on a sidewalk if the person operates a motor assisted scooter on the sidewalk. Then skip all the rest because that's telling you when they're not committing an offense. And the person does one of the next few things. Either operates a motor assisted scooter so as to suddenly leave a curb or other place of safety and move into the path of a vehicle that is so close as to constitute an immediate hazard. So these cops are 100% wrong. It's not just, they can ride it on the sidewalk. If they ride it on the sidewalk and they do one of the following and they have an A, B, and C. But these cops are just talking about riding it on the sidewalk. Now they're going to say, remember when she was riding in the bike lane and we pulled up and she jumped onto the sidewalk real quick? Well, read A. Operates a motor assisted scooter as so to suddenly leave the curb. She jumped on, she got onto the sidewalk to get away from the car. She didn't come from the sidewalk to go in front of a car. They're completely wrong. They're 100% wrong. And I looked up all this on my own. I've seen this the Oregonian. But when I was researching it, Lackluster also did a video. And I watched that video, and it was a girl. And she said the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So you cannot read law. You have to read it from the beginning. Right? You can't just start at a subsection because the beginning of it defines words, tells you when those words are applicable. They're 100% wrong. She can ride it on the sidewalk. It's riding on the sidewalk and does one of these things. So shout out to Lackluster TV. Watch them. They do good work. I did a video on Lieutenant Zoto, and then they did a video right. I don't even think he saw my video, but we think along the same lines. So go out there and subscribe to Lackluster. He's got signs like 2 L's. I'll put it on the screen.
.524. Unsafe operation.
Just unsafe operation.
Unsafe operation of, and it'll be in the next one. Is yeah, there you go. Just operation of motor-assisted scooter on sidewalk.
Oh, that's motor assisted scooter.
So where it says a person commits the offense of unsafe operation of a motor-assisted scooter on a sidewalk if the person operates a motor-assisted scooter on a sidewalk, except to enter or leave adjacent property, or the person operates a motor-assisted scooter on a sidewalk to enter or leave adjacent property, and the person operates a motor-assisted scooter as to suddenly leave a curb or other place of safety to move into the path of a vehicle that is close to constitute an immediate hazard, like when we were pulling up behind her and she was in the bike lane. And then did you see her hop up on the curb all fast, everything like that? But the thing is, she was on it.
And I can get pneumonia from sitting out in the cold. So please hurry up now.
Well, every time that I try to address you and talk to you.
Hurry up now.
Okay, well, would you like to continue doing our job?
You can keep go. Hurry up.
Do I have your permission?
No, you actually just need to hurry up. I can get pneumonia.
Okay, what's the other one?
You don't give a shit about
So that's that one.
serving protected. I am doing your job.
And the time, is that going to be right now? 12:27. And this will be a highway? Because it was all on the highway?
Yes, it's highway.
And then just put 101? Or no, just leave it highway side. That's not
So the
box.
intersection where it says highway
Avenue.
so it'll be Chetco Avenue and Fern. That's where we're making contact with her.
And then we're going to check on these. So intentional, knowing, reckless, criminal negligence, or no
No.
culpable mental state.
So that one's a D violation, so it'll be the D violation is going to be 115. Different fines for that.
Okay. And this will be violation, so it'll be CB on back. That'll be traffic.
We gotta find the
And then this will be municipal court.
motor assisted scooter. Here we go.
The date issue will be 11/19.
So the next one is 814.534.
534.
Failure to wear protective headgear.
To wear a protective.
Wear protective headgear.
Okay. Is that also?
I can look it up.
And then for officers, agency ID.
So yours will be 216.
Okay, so that's my call sign. And then first officer ID.
SST is gonna be right there.
Okay, check that. I know it's 5'9". I just don't remember the last couple.
So it's 814.534.
5'9", 2'7".
Is it 8? Oh, okay, I did 813, my bad.
ID type, CD, no, non-CDL.
So, this one is...
Oh, is this another violation?
Yeah,
Where do I put this one at?
that's the headgear one, and that has a presumptive fine of $25.
And she says this thing is fully legal. You guys are so wrong.
Okay.
And then warrant for, actually,
I'm gonna ask for a court date. 216, Station 5.
It's been a half hour you've been holding me
Station
up.
5.
You can't find the law.
Can I get a court date?
Can you?
every time you try to talk to me and try to, like,
Yeah, every
berate
time
me,
I want to
I have
go,
to turn
I'm
to
going
look
to
at
get
you.
pneumonia. Do you even care? No, you don't.
Station 5, 216, do you want a court date?
Affirmative.
You do not serve and protecting anybody. Is that what you says on your card? Serve and protect my
December
ass.
6th.
Can't find a law. You're holding me up for looking for something you can't even
It'll
find.
be Brookings Municipal Court.
Yeah,
down
so
here?
you circle that one, just and circle it,
Oh,
and
okay.
then cross out the other one.
Okay. And is that always at 9 a.m.?
No, it's 1 p.m.
1 p.m.?
Yep, 1 p.m. If it was a juvenile, it'd be noon.
Okay.
And then
And then the only thing I can't get is because her address, because that's not a current address.
Almost here, by the way.
I gotta look up the one for the crosswalk.
If she refuses to give her address, why do we go about that one?
We already have her in justice, so we can actually look it up.
Oh, okay. 216, Station 5.
Station 5.
What address do we have listed for the subject route with?
12 5.
It's gonna be an easy street address.
What address do we have listed for this subject?
908 Easy Street.
Copy. What's the zip code? 97415.
97415.
Okay.
Give a second, I gotta find the one for the operational motor system. Okay, so 814.
Where did I put this one at? Just right here on the other?
Yeah, it's gonna be up above. Actually, you can put it there.
Oh.
814.528.
814.528.
Give me a second. So I gotta actually look up what violation it is because it's such.
And what was that one?
Hold on. 814.5.
28.
Look at all that noise over there. You might want to go check that out. Sounds like somebody's getting in a fight over
So it's
there.
operation of motor assisted scooter and crosswalk.
Okay. Can I just put motor scooter and crosswalk? Because I don't think assisted scooter and crosswalk's going to fit. Or should
That's fine. Electric scooter is what it actually is.
Okay, so I can put operation of motor electric scooter and crosswalk?
I just put electric scooter and crosswalk.
Okay. Alright.
Actually, there's a subsection that's probably gonna make it to where she's. We'll see. She can show her proof. She used the word that she had COPD and stuff like that. She claims disability. I haven't seen any of that. She doesn't seem like she wants to do anything.
So,
Put a
cross that out.
right scooter.
Under type?
Yeah, type of vehicles would be a scooter. And if she can show that she has a disability, then they can actually get rid of this top one because if she has a disability, that's fine.
Okay.
And then put red three-wheeled scooter. make sure you're right, hard enough for transfer as well. And then for the line after it, 115. Line 115 and then 25.
Okay.
On the back, circle that, and then cross out the next to the other one. And then you're going to cross out crime at the top of here and circle violation. Cross out crime, circle violation.
Okay.
So here's this. Take this right there. Here's your ID. Grab that. What I do is I take this and I fold it down to the black line on from the top to bottom.
Okay.
Because then it has the actual court date. Have you ever issued a citation before?
Not here, no.
Okay.
This will be the well, other than
Actually, hold on. I need to put my information as the witnessing officer. So obviously, I saw it on the crosswalk and on the sidewalk, and not wearing a helmet as well. 211. There we go. So I need the other officer. All right, put that back in the corner. Give me her ID, and I'll actually issue it so you can see it issued. So in the future, I will put that out. Have you ever received a citation in Oregon before?
No, I just.
Oh, I'll go ahead and explain it.
No, I know. I've had a
So
citation.
here's the deal. I'm going to do
Thank
my job.
you. No, I don't need your job.
Okay.
You're not
I'm gonna do
doing
my
your job, though.
Do my job.
You're not serving protecting because listen, those people
So
up
I'm
there
trying to issue a
screaming
citation
and
right
shit.
now, and
Okay,
you're
okay,
berating
come
me,
on, hurry up.
which is actually causing me to pay more attention and address
Hurry up.
your aggressiveness, which is
Hurry the
kind of
fuck
preventing me
up.
from doing my job.
Yeah, just hurry the fuck
So
up.
if you try to reach and grab something out of my hand again, you're going to go to jail tonight
Hurry the
for
fuck
interfering with a police
up.
officer. You understand that?
Hurry the fuck up.
Okay. That was your warning. Your court date is going to be at the bottom here. It apparently didn't bleed over.
Yeah,
What
of
was the
course
court
it
date?
didn't.
Is it the 6th of December?
yes. I'll double check just to make sure since it didn't bleed through.
I dare you. You know what?
Violation, not a crime. There are 4 options on the back. Read over them. Pick whichever one best works for whatever you got going on in life. Your citations today are for operation of a motor vehicle in
It's
a
not a motor
sidewalk.
vehicle.
Motor scooter.
It's a mobility
Unsafe
scooter.
operation of a motor scooter,
Mobility scooter.
as well as failure to wear helmet or headgear. The first 2 I read you have a $115 presumptive fine. The second one for the helmet, or excuse me, the third one has a $25 presumptive fine. You're not allowed to ride this thing without a helmet. You're not allowed to ride it in crosswalks. You are not allowed to ride it on sidewalks. It has to stay in the bike lane. Okay? I know that you mentioned something about disabilities. If you have a disability rating or something along those lines, bring that information to the courts because one of the defenses of prosecution for riding this in the crosswalk and not pushing it across is that you were actually a disabled person. Okay. Well, then you'll have no problem getting rid of at least one of those. Do you have any questions about the citation or what your responsibility is in reference to taking care of it?
Obviously, don't.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to leave.
That's fine.
I'm gonna get pneumonia.
Okay.
Have me the fucking ticket.
So, until you get a helmet, you are not allowed to drive this thing, just so you know.
I have to get home.
I got that. You chose to drive tonight or ride this tonight without a helmet.
Thank you.
So, I'm telling you right now.
Okay, you already gave me a ticket for it. Goodbye.
You're not welcome
Okay,
to drive
goodbye.
this. Okay, you're going to go to jail if you continue driving.
I am going to drive.
Output 741.
So remember that part where I told her she's not allowed to drive without her helmet on?
Yeah.
Okay.
216 Station 5. We're passing Heritage Court now. Still continuing on 5th.
Passing Heritage Court. Eastbound 5th till 42.
12-216. Do you just want me to block her out?
No, she's almost home.
Negative at this time.
So when she parks this, go put her in handcuffs. She is under arrest.
I'm taking this home. Fine!
Put your hands behind your back. Put
Stop!
Put your hands behind your back.
Anything wrong, I should take this home.
Okay, well we disagree on that. You're under arrest.
Are you happy, huh, that I'm getting arrested?
He wasn't even there.
I'm getting arrested because I took this home, and this is a moment that
216
I've been riding this around town for years, and you guys know it.
2110 what? 1243?
You know it.
You got a Miranda card on you.
Give me my wallet, please. Can I get my wallet?
We'll get your wallet for you.
Can you stop pushing me
Can
around?
you quit trying to bend over and pick things up? We're trying to be as literally like
My son
lowest
is
level.
inside the house. Can you let him know I'm getting arrested, please?
Here. I got you. Hold on.
You don't have to hold on to me.
Go underneath that.
we do because you're listening.
No, I'm not. I wanted to bring this home. I'm not going to leave it out in the
Okay,
streets so
I'm
somebody
gonna-
can steal it.
I'm
I
gonna
wanted
read
to go
something to you. I'm
home.
gonna read something to you.
He's reading something to you.
I don't want
You
to
have the
hear it.
right to remain silent.
Yeah, I know.
Anything you say can will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present while you're being
I can't
questioned.
believe you guys are
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any
You have
question
no
if you
reason
wish.
to do this. This is
You can
so
decide at any time to
unprotected at all.
exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements.
Do you understand those rights? Do you understand those rights? It's a yes or no. 21165 Miranda Red.
Miranda Red, 1245.
I'll hold on to that. Thank you. Lose a bunch of your stuff.
I did.
Alright.
Why are you guys
We do
doing
a
this?
cautionary check on her.
Just because
Just let you know we're recording again.
I
know
don't
that we
care.
already
You
told
guys
that.
are so fucked up for this.
Once we get back here, I'll do that.
Okay. Just go ahead and do it right here. Just
Stay right here? Okay. You got anything on you? Didn't know about anything that's gonna sharp, poke, stick me, hurt me?
Can you please go tell my son?
how old's your son?
He's 16 years old.
Okay. Does he have another adult here with him?
No.
No? Okay. Well, we'll try to make contact with him.
We get
Okay.
in a lot.
Did you double lock those?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring her on back.
Alright. Walk back here.
I hope
We
you're
try to make
happy.
contact with her son.
Yeah.
Get his name and everything like that.
Yeah.
Do you want us to pull your garage down?
Stop pulling me. I can't walk.
Do you want your garage pulled down?
You're muscling a fucking woman.
Go away.
I can't because my legs hurt and my feet hurt. Fuck you people, man. Fuck you people. You guys.
Yeah, I do. I have it right here. I'll set it right there. You want me to pull it down the way it was? Okay. What'd she say?
She said he wasn't.
Oh, okay. I don't know if your garage door locks, but you might want to try to lock the garage door, okay? Because she just put her scooter in. She's kind of worried she doesn't want anybody to steal it, so she asked me to lower it down. I don't know how to lock it. But it wasn't locked when we came up either. Thanks, man. Station 5. At the request of the 1241, her 16-year-old son's been made